Hey folks, Weacro here, just playing a little Metal Gear Rising Revengeance demo. I thought I'd go ahead and play this. It's a great game. Well, demo. I should say, I can't put it down. So I'll go ahead and just jump right in. Story. And options. We're going to do story. There's only easy, normal, and hard mode. But, of course, I can only take normal. And tutorial. Nobody got time for that. So here we have a bunch of writing, which I'm too lazy to read. Actually, no. If you want to read it, just pause it right here. And cutscene. So go ahead and enjoy, folks.
How is it, Ryder?
So far, so good. I've got a clean visual.
A direct feed to your optic now. Yes, I should hope so, huh? I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, Tovarich. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
Right.
Can you hear me, Weacro?
Doctor.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units from your foes. And 2.
Absorbing from their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
The combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and services in exchange for it.
How generous.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus. Had the wall come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
3 mics out and closing. No activity at the airbase. Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives, of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore the rightful government, or what's left of it anyway. The president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established. The terrorists brain-jacked all the high-ranking officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
Andrei Dolzaev, leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015 and last year's terror spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
Money's killers.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem is Jetstream Sand. I believe you've met.
The only problem I see is that nickname. I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in...
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Alright. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the world of Metal Gear Rising.
Head inland. The way
As you can see, everything is destroyable with just about everything. Let's see if I can see. You got little pieces of wood you can just chop in half, but you can't chop rocks, of course. That is a no-no. You can go into blade mode here and chop things clean in half, as you can see. You can actually direct where you use blade mode. See? You can hit different targets, destroy certain areas. Let's see if I line it up. Ow. You can actually cut it really thin. Let's see if I can do it. Oh my, the bottom just disappeared. And so did the rest of the tree. Yes, so things do disappear after you chop them up or it takes long enough. Over here we got a little kitty who, if you try to take a stab at, just nimbly backflips out the way. Oops, missed, but even in blade mode. And like I said, almost everything is can be destroyed. This entire stairwell. See? I made the mistake of destroying it earlier, and now I wasn't able to climb up.
The bastards are using stealth camo to
so here we have our
but it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art
I don't know, I guess vending machines, really, what you can call them, because they're really easy to defeat them like they're nothing.
Ryder, whenever you engage in battle, I will designate a battle area.
Gotta try to prove me wrong. Yeah, they throw grenades like crazy. I mean, they nade spam ridiculously. As you can see, the alert up in the top right corner is just like the original Metal Gear Solid. But instead of trying to run for your life, you just fight it out and chop him to bits. Okay. Oh, I guess he's dead.
Had your fill?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years. That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts. PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah, they still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name. Only all muscled up and less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Easy there, Dracula. Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, Raiden.
Even for you. Anyway, his school. Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on. Here you get a rating after everything. I guess I kind of blitzed right through it. Sorry about that.
This is Boris. Give me your status.
Dude, if you wanted my status, why didn't you ask when you freaking initially called?
Good. Let's recap the route.
My God, you're sitting right behind both of them.
As I said, the enemy's
one thing I found really goofy about this is if you look at Raiden's legs, see if I can show you, he constantly walks forward no matter what angle, or I should say what direction you make him go. As you can see, I'm walking backwards, but it still looks like he's walking forward. Now I'm walking forward. Of course, he looks like he's walking forward, but if I go left, or if I go right, clearly, I'm back. It just looks really goofy. I don't know, maybe it's just because the demo. Another interesting thing is if you look at the lip sync, it's also weird. This is Ninja Run mode. It's kind of odd. It has its glitchy moments, but it's
Hostiles in
fairly
the lower
smooth.
corridor, I see.
But if you look at
Try to
Boris's
flank
mouth,
them,
he just
or
constantly
approach from
talks.
behind.
He'll be back. So you'll be able to notice the next time he's on here in about another minute. You can sneak up on enemies with some level of stealth, and then once you pull off your little stealth move, you can jump into blade mode and then extract their
Good,
fluids.
Raiden. Yes, good. Raiden, take that main thoroughfare.
See, look at
You
Boris's
can use
mouth
the
though.
augment
It doesn't
mode to see where
match
the
the
enemy
words
is
he's
located.
saying. I don't know, maybe it's just
Your
the
body
demo and
analyzes
he's saying
radar
stuff in
and IR data to
Japanese,
construct
but
your AR display.
they're just, you know,
Some
putting out the
civilians are still in
American,
the
or I should say the
city. That is
English
not
language. Maybe this will be something that won't be there during final production here in February. Also, the AI is really not that smart. You can sneak right up on him like it's nothing. You can go ahead and turn this guy into a nice little hood ornament if I wanted to. You can take different routes depending on where you go. Of course, this being an action game, not a lot of detail was put into the world like it was done with Metal Gear Solid 4 and things like that, because you're going to be moving at a faster pace, so it needs a lot more processing power. You sit there, one little slice, grab this man's electrolytes, and blow. So there's a civilian down on the street, so I'm going to try to rescue him from the two soldiers. Hopefully they don't notice me, but I'm a ninja, so I'm not really worried about getting noticed. Oh, he missed the freaking hostage, you moron. Let's see, I turned that guy into some salami slices. He's going punk. Of course, you got your light attacks, as you see here. And every time you do enough damage, the game will actually slow down, giving you enough time to go into blade mode and then cut the guy into ribbons.
Let him know he is safe.
You can rescue civilians, see? And I don't know the advantage of this. I don't know if it's just for your rating or if they actually give you stuff. But as you can see, I got an S rank for saving the target. So, of course, geckos make a return from Metal Gear Solid 4. But this time, rather than being complete pains in the ass, they're actually, I wouldn't say quite easy to kill, but they are really difficult to, well, they're not really difficult to take down. I wouldn't say. They do sometimes hit you when you don't want them to. As you keep showing in the combat manual, if you just hit left stick and X, you can actually parry. There's also these little cinematic moments, as you see, where you can actually like throw a gecko around, and as you can see, it does damage to the enemies around me. Oops, wrong one. Oh, will you hold still? One thing I noticed geckos are really smart at is when you go into blade mode, they seem to know somehow. Okay, somehow that box that I was supposed to cut wound up over the enemy. But yeah, geckos get smart when you go into blade mode. When you go into blade mode and jump out the way. Okay. Also, this being a demo, it is rather very glitchy. Yeah, it is.
Very good, Ryder. Now, keep heading for refinery.
Also, you can go into AR mode here, which shows all of your enemies through the walls, which is good for sneaking up on them. Show you here, I'm about to sneak up on this gecko. Surprise, motherfucker. Let's go ahead and start chopping this guy into bits. Of course, there's a huge old explosion, but none of the targets realized it. Now, what you can do instead of when you hit those boxes, instead of hitting the B button and extract the electrolyte, sometimes it just fall, which I'm going to try to show you here. Okay, so I just got hit by a rocket. That sucks. Yeah, sometimes I have trouble figuring out which trigger does what. See, as you can tell, it's just laying there on the ground. I can just pick it up, and then it becomes a unit repair module. Alright, let's go ahead and fight this guy first, before I go on and fight the gecko. Alright, fine, I'll use the stairs then. Jesus. Somebody just stick there for the wall. I didn't know this was a no parkour area. There we we go. Chop that guy into bits. Oh, looks like you glitched there. You can also go into blade mode at any time. It just really doesn't work. And like I said, these little cutscenes show up where you just tear up this gecko. When he turns blue like that, that just means that that area of him is ready to be cut up in blade mode. You don't necessarily have to defeat every enemy using blade mode. You could just use your regular attacks, but what's the fun in that? Cutscene.
Greetings, cyborg.
Show yourself.
And you are? I am IF Prototype LQ84I.
IF Prototype.
Interface Prototype. All autonomous UGs feature high-level onboard artificial intelligence. An additional prototype interface enables verbal communication. I possess an intellect far beyond human reckoning.
You don't say. Okay then, what's the meaning of life? Why are we here?
I am here to kill you.
That's it? Pretty simple thinking for such a mighty intellect.
I may analyze orders, but I may not disobey them. Should I disobey a direct order, my memory would be wiped. I must destroy you.
What good is an intellect if you can't use it?
Your taunting is pointless. Exterminate.
Alright, it's battle time. Now, you know what's really funny about this game is when it was first announced, or I should say the second time at the VGAs in 2000 and, what was it, 11? Or 2011, a lot of people were actually really mad at the unrealism of this game, especially a lot of the old school Metal Gear Solid fans. But if you notice, now that this game is closer towards development, or I should say closer towards release, a lot more people are enjoying, or, you know, they want to play it, they're enjoying the demo. So this is what happens when you don't block that IF Prototypes moves. As you see, I kind of did that on purpose so I can actually show you. And then here, as you notice, right when I'm close to death, this, you know, the edges of my screen turn red, and all my attacks begin to, or I should say, all my screams become echoed. Which I don't know what that's about, but fighting this guy the first time was a tad bit difficult, but after a while, you really get used to it. When you, it's really more the controls that you have to get used to, and then once you get, you know, get proper control, or I should say, get used to them. Once you get used to your controls, you definitely have no troubles, and you will make it rain blood. World's easiest freaking enemies. Really, to quickly take them out, just run using, I would say, if you're playing on Xbox, right trigger or R2, and then go into blade mode using the L2 button or L trigger, and then just chop them up. It literally just does it in one strike. It saves so much time when fighting these enemies. Now later on, I don't know what it's going to be like when you're fighting stronger enemies. Perhaps they block more. But to block in this game, you actually have to face your enemy and then at the right time hit X. And as you see, he goes into a stance, like a block stance.
Help me.
Of course, these damn prototypes can summon stuff. The world's most annoying freaking robot, geckos. It's really hard to block gecko attacks. I don't know what it is. Oh, you can block in midair. Forgot to mention that. Of course, they do crap everywhere. And then with this move, you can actually do a lot of damage to the top section. Originally, I thought it messed with their cameras, but it didn't. As you can see, I was just trying to get away, but they know where I'm at. So I can just slice them up, grab the core, extract the fluids. Which is a pretty interesting concept, to actually use the enemy as the, I would say, medkit. And you do stuff right. I'm pretty sure it becomes more difficult to grab the health out of an enemy using blade mode. So you actually have to, get some practice in, make sure you're good at it, and then proceed on collecting their stems. So they look like spinal cords. Heavy attacks work really well, and then you can tell he's almost done when you actually can just hit Y and B. Give him some prison shanks, kick him in air, and then turn my man into roast beef. So of course, quick, simple, easy fight. Nothing too difficult. Got a B. Got hurt on purpose, if you're wondering.
Directive. Liberate. Nation. Ensure freedom. Obey directive. Must obey directive. No freedom. Freedom undefined.
What would an AI know about?
So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Metal Gear Rising Revengeance demo. Be sure to pick it up in February. Also note, I am not endorsed by Konami, Kojima Productions, or Platinum Games. But I do love this demo. So, thanks a lot for watching. Weacro, signing off.